Welcome to Whyteleafe, where the Jersey Bulls, in 5th position, travel to take on the Leaf, who sit in 4th. Is it a bit early to say this is a 6-pointer for the playoffs? Well, maybe not. And today will show whether the Bulls can continue forward after their win at home last week against the Rams of Croydon. A 6-1 win in the end. But today, a very different test against a Whyteleafe side who have only played the Bulls 3 times, and all occasions have ended with a 1-0. The Bulls victorious twice, once this season, once last. The Leaf once as well when they went to Jersey when it was step 5 football. Today, it's not. It's step 4, and a chance now for the Bulls to really push on and cement their position in the playoffs. If you were looking for timing, if you were looking for something to show whether the Bulls have got the pedigree, maybe last week was just the moment that they started to kick into gear. They've got a really strong squad today, with the exception there is no Lorne Bickley available, but they have numbers aplenty. A really strong bench as well for the Bulls today, including on the bench James Carr, Luke Campbell, Fraser Barlow, Luke Watson and Francis Lekibamati. All of those arguably more than capable of starting in the first 11. But it will be Van der Vliet in goal. We expect a back four of Johnny LeCain on the right, Jay Giles on the left, centre pairings of the skipper James Kerry and Jeremy Watling. Joe Kilshaw probably in a holding role, Adam Trotter as well in that midfield area. Expect perhaps today to see up front Toby Ritzimer with Ray Dos Santos, and of course operating on the right hand side Miguel Carvalho, and we see James Sunley as well. So a pretty attacking formation for the Bulls this afternoon, as the skippers are in the middle now, as the referee in charge this afternoon, Mr. Ablett, just throws the coin into the air, and it looks like the Bulls will stay as they stand, which is from the left to the right in this first half. The home team, the Leaf, in green and gold. Very smart kit they're wearing. And the Bulls, of course, in their usual red and white. Well, it's Valentine's weekend. Will Cupid's arrow fire the Bulls further up the table and bring some love to the boys in red? Or will the Leaf be the ones who go away with the points today? Well, we know these games are likely to be tight. Whether it be a goal in it, we shall see. It looks like the Bulls will kick off this afternoon. It's Adam Trotter who stands in the centre circle. The Leaf come out of their huddle and get ready. What will Elliot Powell have planned today? Well, the next 90 minutes or so will tell us. A few signings for the Leaf to bolster their push as well. See one of them now, as Adam Trotter gets us underway. Long ball from LeCain, looking out to that far side. Nice touch there by Sunny, but it's cleared. Now the sun is shining here today. Who will be the righteous? We shall see as skipper clears it. Good header from Kerry, but the Leaf have it now just inside the Bulls half and look to switch it quickly, and it's an early touch for Van der Vliet, who is in a change strip of all blue today. Very fetching it is, as the Bulls try and get it under control here. Trotter now to Kurt Valio, who's going to try and take on. His flag's gone up. Looks like he's just maybe caught there Brian Barrett on that left-hand side. He's just trying to get going quickly here. Definitely Ray Dos Santos up top. Sunny out on that left, Cavalli on the right. Maybe Ritzimer just sitting in that role, maybe just behind Dos Santos. With defence in mind, defending from the front back, as Slav Huck will take the free kick. Well, the Leaf themselves, who were flying high early on in the season, have had a little bit of a stutter last few weeks. Not played, but only taken 6 from 6 in the last 6 league games, so 6 points. Still just ahead of the Bulls, as Johnny LeCain throws it into the Santos. Now Carvalho spreads into the box, loses a bit of control, a bit too heavy of a touch, but back with Killshot. And LeCain, long ball forward from the skipper Carey, looking for the Santos, who's being jumped all over there by Corey Holder. Back comes the birthday boy, Toby Ritzimer. Congratulations, happy birthday for him. Maybe he can cap that with another sensational performance as per last week. A long way to go, we'll see. For now, the Bulls just trying to keep hold of it, give it away. Picked up in the middle there by Mensah. Looks to spread it through the middle. But again, plays it too close, and it's easy for Van der Vliet. I'm interested to see how the new signings today do for the Leaf. We know that Francis is a new one. We'll see how he gets on. As Ritzimer doing well on the far side there, just getting away from Gondo. Now Ritzimer keeps hold of it, looks to spread it through the middle. Looking for the run here. Carvalho trying to get in and behind, and Cut gets there just in the nick of time. And diving at the feet there of Carvalho. A short ball though. Back again, looking to find a way out here as it's picked up by Holder. Across the back line now. Into the feet there of Morley. Another ball down the line, but it should be Watling to get there. Knock it back to Van der Vliet. Watling again manages to turn away from Bennett. And now Killshot will try route one. He's going to go for the long ball down that side, but it's cut out well by Morley. And then picked up there by Hetachena. And the flag is up far side. A fast start already. Both sides trying to get into gear. Just a little bit of a delay here. Decent crowd as well supporting the Bulls in person today. The UK supporters, of course, and the travelling faithful. As De Santos battles again, but it's a Leaf throw. Just playing it across the back. Sitting quite deep here, the Leaf, with Holder now. Pressured, not so much, but enough to just make Johnson think. Far side to Morley again. Into the feet of Bennett. Bennett just well tracked there by Killshot. Holder rolls it out to Palace. Francis, who just gives it back. Just taking their time again in the middle there, trying to find a little bit of a better ball forward here. Morley now tries down the line, but it's cut out well here by Sunley, who's got a chance to run, and he plays it forward, looking for De Santos down that left channel. De Santos gets there, he's kept it alive as well, just can't find his way past Johnson. Good defensive work by the Leaf there. You see already what the Bulls are trying to do here, trying to catch them in possession and then make that quick break forward, kind of counter-attack. As again, the Leaf just steadying it. Holder decides to spread it long, looking for that right-hand side. A good pass by him. Controlled. Covered across by Giles, who's done well to force Gondo inside and then just catches him on the shoulder. And the referee gives the free kick. Well, better there from the Leafs, trying to get something going. Holder looking for the long ball. And picking out a decent pass as well. Which Gondo just lost a little bit of control of. But won the free kick. Sending numbers forward in the box there is Morley, edge of the Bulls penalty area. Just taking their time here, the Leaf. Clip forward, looking towards the penalty spot, headed away by Killshot. Good header, chance maybe for a break here for the Bulls. Carvalho will go down. In fact, he's decided to go the other way. Forward is De Santos, maybe overplays it, does he? Oh, coming back and a cross quickly, tracking there is Hetachena. Sees the trouble. Trotter does well, gets there first. Header meant to Trotter now. Can he get the ball in? Is everybody available? There is. Suddenly, Carvalho. Back to De Santos, clips it far post, looking for the head of Ritzimer, who's just beaten to it in the end. But the Bulls again pouncing on the loose ball and getting forward quickly. And the Leaf just happy to just have it back. Now taking their time here. Morley again. Being urged forward by the keeper Huck, whose voice bellows from behind. A slow build up here. A lot of space on the near side. Again, just trying to go down that right line, and it's good header there by Giles. Watling will come across, will get there first, then we'll hook it through the middle, looking for De Santos. Easily covered there by Holder. Not a ball on that right hand side. Mensah showing, but Holder has it. Goes for that same route ball down the right hand side, looking for the run of, this time, Whyteleafe. Flick forward. Watling should just gets a touch on it. Shot comes in. Saved by Van der Vliet. Well, first chance to the Leaf, causing Van der Vliet to get down. Looks like it may well have been blocked, in fact, in front of Van der Vliet, with Kerry with the challenge. Crowd of players there in the box, and Whyteleafe looking dangerous, but the skipper looks like he got there first. A good ball into the box, which just Watling couldn't deal with. Now it's Mensah. Oh, good pressure by Trotter again, and forcing him to play it short. To Holder, plays it inside. Just taking their time here. Francis with a touch, and now Mensah again. All of a sudden, Whyteleafe starting to get a little bit more into their stride here. And get the ball going forward more. The ball's just holding shape. Well, again, Trotter busy in the middle. Doesn't quite win it, but Whyteleafe does, and he's brought down. Free kick given. Fouled by Ryan Gondo, right in front of the referee. Doesn't seem to be too happy, but Trotter does really well there. Getting away from the challenge of Mensah. Chance for the balls this time with Giles, for them to just pack the edge of the penalty box. See if they can make something out of this free kick just inside the Leaf half. Long ball forward. Cavalier gets there, heads it back. Now Watling inside to Trotter. Trotter has a little look up, plays it back inside. Nice little run by Cavalier. Cavalier clips it far post. Nobody there though. Nobody gambled. The right idea, just the wrong execution. Well, neither side here, as we expected, are just going to play for a boring draw. They are both looking to attack. And of course, as they do, they often leave spaces and gaps to be exploited. So far, neither side has managed to do too much about it, but they're just still weighing each other. It's like two heavyweight boxers going toe-to-toe here, but not throwing any meaningful punches yet, just dancing around the ring, just shaping up the opposition, looking for that angle, looking for that shape, that move. As Morley plays it again, looking for the run this time of Mensah. Bulls defending. Back again to Gondo, has to go home to Holder. Find themselves again just being blocked out of playing here by the packed defensive duties from the Bulls so far. Again with Morley, just still having to just work it around. Bulls holding those positions. Long ball forward this time. Chance now to see the run here of Francis, trying to take on LeCain. LeCain just about stays with him, still trying to get with him. Francis trying to get past him, but back is Cavalier helping out. It comes back to Brahim Barrett. Inside now to Mensah. Back again to Holder. Quicker ball across the park here to Whyteleafe. Looking now for the far side for Gondo, trying to skip away, but he can't, and Giles has won the throw. Oh, sunny day here. Good to see. As forward again they come, trying to get through Watling here. Just gets a toe on it. Bouncing around. Bennett trying to get in there. Gets away from Whyteleafe. Bennett trying to get into the box. He's in. He's got a little bit of space, but stuck behind the defensive work of Giles. And then the flag is up. And you just feel that those moments, just Bennett showing his skill. Just tricking his way away from Whyteleafe. As Van der Vliet goes long. Now ducky under it is Whyteleafe. right in front of the Bulls UK supporters over on that far side of the ground today. There's Mensah again with a little bit of space this time. Cavalier retreats. Ball out this side to Brian Barrett. Slowly but surely, the Whyteleafe way. Just trying to keep the ball moving here. The run there of Brian Barrett. Just not found as they go back to the right-hand side of the park here. And Huck trying to get things going. Sweeping up more than keeping at the moment. Just hanging outside the penalty area. Trying to galvanise his team. Morley again looking for the ball inside to Mensah. Now with Johnson. Johnson then plays it behind Holder. He has to just take a few steps. And now the ball again onto that right-hand side. Lovely delivery that to the feet of Gondo. Gondo needs some help though. Whyteleafe ahead of him. And there is Mensah again. Whyteleafe far side. Keeping it alive here. The ball's just scrapping. Forcing them back this time suddenly. And then it's out on this side as Cavalier will get across and track it. And then getting in well is Johnny LeCain now to Trotter. Trotter needs a little bit of help. Does a little look up. Cavalier makes the run. Gets back from defensive. And then LeCain down the line. Oh, Cavalier's done really well there. It didn't look like he was going to get there. And then Johnson gets to it. But Kerry will get there ahead this time of Emmanuel. The first time we've mentioned him. That shows you how little he's seen of it. The number 9. He's operating very much alone and without much service so far. Morley again, far side. Whyteleafe. Bulls keeping their shape well. More touches for Huck. And again, Holder looks straight up to that far side, looking for that ball. This time to find Gondo. Inside to Bennett. Well, Bennett has looked for the run of Francis and has put so much leather on the ball. He's nailed it into out. And it will be LeCain with the throw. We'll look like to get this down the line. Looking for a head there, but it's met by Johnson. And then Ritzema. Bulls concede the throw. Back inside to Morley. Again on that far side is Whyteleafe. Inside to Gondo. Switches and then tries to get away from Ritzema. Gondo twisting and turning, but finding his options limited. Inside to Mensah. Now with Holder again. Francis back to Brian Barrett. Plays it in and around, but Bennett puts the thumbs up. The ball in the end, again, as has been so often so far, too much on it. Whyteleafe will casually go across and collect. Well, no Valentine's presents yet for the Bulls. Leaf not yet sharing the love. Being a bit stingy so far. Well, does really well, Cavalier. Brian Barrett was all over Cavalier there, but good shout from Whyteleafe, which is to turn around for Kerry, which he does, and then Holder holds across. There, Morley back covering Dos Santos, but definitely a bit of an infringement there. The referee not up enough with play, perhaps, to see that. An arm coming across Dos Santos. Ball inside to Holder. There's a bit of trouble there. Back to Huck it goes, who plays it short. And the Leaf, who nearly played themselves into trouble, find a way out of the danger that they created. Mensah again. And look around here. Mensah has it back. There's Dos Santos for company. Now Holder. And across the back they go. Long ball forward by Johnson this time, looking for the run of Whyteleafe, who's again not able to keep that one in. Well, it seems to be the way they're going to play today, the Leaf. Looking for those diagonal balls, certainly looking down that right-hand flank in this first spell. The Bulls just looking to make sure they don't concede possession too much and can counter here as they force the Leaf back into their own half. Francis calls for it on this near side in front of us but isn't getting it. And again it's in the middle with Johnson. Route one this time through the middle, should be Van der Vliet's. Again, enough on it to just find its way safely into the hands of the stopper in blue. Good clearance from him. Santos pushing the back. No, says the referee. Holder just goes down, but play on. And then another long ball, and across will come Emmanuel this time. McCain should get there first, does well. Plays it into Kerry, who clears it first time. Brian Barrett out jumps Cavallio. That puts it into touch. Well, so far, pretty evenly matched, these opening rounds of sparring between these two sides. Still slowly but surely just finding their way. McCain now down the line. Trotter is there, but good header by Mensah. Finds Bennett, but blocked by Trotter. And then Gondo gets shut down again by Trotter. Inside again with Johnson. The drummers are drumming behind the Hutt goal. As LeCain gets a nudge there, nothing given. It's trying to get away from him is Francis. Francis trying to find a little bit of a gap, tries to find an angle, gets it back now inside to Mensah, trying to get the shot off, but it's blocked there by Kilshaw with a good challenge, and now Ritzma tries to bring it away, but scooping it back to Morley. Again, ball through the middle. Again, Emmanuel's never going to get onto that. You can see the frustration from the number 9, who's so far made a couple of runs that are decent, but he just hasn't had the service. Van der Vliet takes his time. Oh, the ball not going to find anything but a green and gold head. And then McCain. Trotter battling hard there as claims of a free kick. Mr. Ablett says play on, no foul. Mensah. Long throw from McCain again. Good header from Holder back inside though. Bennett will pick it up, but he has to go home where Morley is. Looks like they're tending to play a bit more of a 3 here. The Leaf with Morley on the right, Holder through the middle, and then on this left-hand side is Brian Barrett. So just thinking 3 at the back is enough. There's Giles with the header. And then a heavy touch there by Kilshaw gives it away to Emmanuel, who tries to play it inside. He does. Now inside to Gondo. Good challenge by Watling, just about does enough. Looks like it may well be. No, it's a goal kick. Looked like it might have come off there, but we've got games galore going on around us here at Church Road. There's other football, believe it or not, being played. So some of the whistles sound like they are with us here, but they come from afar. Not that far. As the Bulls try and get forward again. And then they win the throw on in far side. Oh, evenly matched so far. Just coming up to the halfway stage of this first half. And these sides are hard to separate. Bulls have it now. Oh, good play by Ritzema, trying to get away. Just does well. Gets stride to the byline. Past Hetchachena. Holding it up. Trying to go again. Goes again. Gets the... No, he's lost out. Just when he gets the last touch. Referee on site. As the Bulls over the far side supporters have the joy of the subs warming up in front of them. Luke Watson, Meki Mamati and James Cart going through their stretches. There's a big up and under there as Kilshaw does well, but he plays it inside. Trotter does really well against Francis there. Francis keeps possession. Has to go back to Holder. Again with Johnson. Morley. Closed down by Sunley. And still neither side able to force the save out of either keeper of any note. Leaf with it. Oh, given away. DeSantos reads it well. Needs a bit of help. Gets pulled down. Nothing doing though. Play on. Just gets caught. But this pitch is very heavily covered in rubber. It looks like it's black in certain parts. You see as the ball goes across it and the black rubber that follows up comes out of the surface. Morley again now, far side. Hetachena. Again, the ball's just sticking to the plan. Morley across the pitch, but he's given it away for Carvalho now. Can he get a little bit of something going? He does. He finds DeSantos. DeSantos now has got a lot of work to do. He gets brought down. Referee says no. Jumping in is Holder, takes out Trotter. Nothing doing. 2 balls players down. They need to get up because the Leaf have got possession. DeSantos taking his time. And Van der Vliet barking at Roy DeSantos to get up. Well, he has to. They've got to get back into position, and maybe a little bit of an opening there for the Leaf, who just didn't really realise that they had 2 balls players prone on the floor. They do have it now far side with Gondo. Goes up against Jay Giles. Giles staying with him. Does enough. Just has a little nibble. Touches it back. In it comes again. Watling with the header. Falls now straight to Francis. His shot goes into the ground and into the arms of Van der Vliet. Well, that's been the danger. It's been that ball into the box. Well, looks like Holder's all over, but bursting through is Sunley. Claims handball, nothing doing. Living on a bit of a tightrope here at the Leaf at times. And looking to counter straight away as Kerry is solid header ahead of Emmanuel. Now Kilshaw hooks it back. Looking for DeSantos, flicks it on. And it's one of those moments where you'd want Bickley to be flicking it on, DeSantos to be running onto it. Not to be, no big man today. As it will be a Leaf throw on this near side. The ball's getting forward in numbers here. And now it's Carvalho trying to get a little bit of space there past Francis' corner. It's going to be, by the looks of it, it is. First last touch there coming off Palace Francis, who gets back. He's having to do some defensive work as well. Well, the first corner of the afternoon. And it's the Jersey Bulls with it. Jay Giles goes across. Chance for Watling to get forward. Kerry's in there as well. No Campbell yet. Maybe we'll see him later. Ritzimer in there. Short ball it is. Into the feet. Comes back to Giles, who plays it towards the near post. Cleared by Gondo. Only as far as Trotter. Flicked on by Giles. Well, mistake in the middle now. Falls to Ritzimer. Ritzimer with a shot. Not really getting a lot of power in it. And then Francis tries to break, but quickly getting back there is Sunley, who does well. He spots the danger. Gets there ahead of Emmanuel. Picked up there by Watling, who's yet to retreat. Santos again with the ball off the back of him from Morley. Again, Kerry with the header. Chance move to break here with Bennett trying to skip away from Ritzimer. Coming back across is Sunley. The ball's defending in numbers. 1 or 2 around the ball. Ritzimer does well. Hits the ball into the back of Hetachena. Ball's throw in. Still we await the first save, the first goal. Still goalless here. AFC Whyteleafe 0, Jersey Bulls 0. Still waiting for one side to just blink. It's attritional out there, that's for sure. Like 2 rivals going head to head for the prize. Well, 3 points today, but a Valentine's prize. Finding an opening here. This is De Santos. Corner towards the near post, flicked on. Still alive. Looks like the Kane just stabs it back towards goal, but it's over. Cupid not striking there. And again with Morley, far side. Inside to Mensah. Has a look up. Bennett, who seems to have just dropped a little bit. Long ball again, looking for Francis. Tracked by LeCain. Graham Barrett. And now Bennett, who's been shackled pretty much in this opening spell by Trotter, who's there again. Now a little bit of space. And a good keeping of the ball here from the Leaf. Mensah trying to get away from De Santos, and now a chance for Francis to get behind LeCain into the box, skips past him. Mensah plays it inside. One touch. Bulls can just about block it, and now trying to escape with Sun Lee, but back to Hetcher Chainer. Play of the Leaf being applauded by the home fans. Barrett again trying to orchestrate things here, but it's LeCain with a header, and then Kere coming across. Holding it up again, but stepping in is Trotter, who's been exceptional so far. Trying to play it down the line. Carvalho is there to help him out. Through the middle it is. Handball clearly looked like a holder, but it's bounced nicely. And there's a bit of an overlap if he can get it out there to Sunley from De Santos. Getting back in numbers of the Leaf. The ball's trying to get forward as well, but they give it away. Gondo staying back, but it's now Jay Giles who bursts through. Jay Giles, he goes for goal in the end. He makes the run, he tries the shot, morally blocks, and it's a corner to the Bulls. Well, good play there in that build-up to Giles getting forward. When he does, he always has something to offer. This time he's won the corner. He's going to take up position at the far post. Watling through the middle on the keeper, Huck, and De Santos to deliver. And again, swinging it in towards the near post. Keeper has to make a save. The ball's bouncing around. Edge of the box. Falls to Carvalho onto the right foot, trying to get underneath it, but also keep it down at the same time. In the end, the second time, it goes over the Leaf crossbar. Well, the Bulls again, just that counter, that ability to break, just catching Whyteleafe. Not able to punish them on this occasion. Whyteleafe holding strong. We know they haven't played in the league for a couple of weeks, but they've had a bit of competitive football with some local friendlies. Keeping them match fit, keeping them sharp. Again, Morley looking for an option here. It's just finding it hard to find the right ball, maybe the right move as Mensah picks it up. There's a bit of space at the Bulls retreat. Everyone behind the ball except De Santos. Back again comes Sunley. Massive up and under. We'd like to see that in the Calcutta Cup this afternoon, and we are, or expect to normally see it here. And in the end, the Leaf have it. And a little short ball to Graham Barrett on this near side, looking for Francis again. Tries to get away from LeCain. LeCain will just have enough, does well, drops the shoulder, turns the other way. Clears it, looking for the run here at De Santos. The keeper's come, and he's come quickly, and he has to make a decision. And it is Slav Huck who slams it into the stand here. Well, he made the choice and he had to commit, and he did. Good goalkeeping. Watley, solid header on that. Thud on the ball there as Carvalho jumping now. Trotter trying to get there ahead of Bennett. Scooped out for Hetcher Chainer on that far side. Again, just looking for someone, and it goes back, and it's again a long foot chase, but it's Watling covering across as Giles going toe-to-toe with Gondo, and now Kilshaw. Ritza-Mariano, a lovely little change of shape there, and fake to go back, turns. Now here come the Bulls here now, this time with Sunley. Sunley wants a bit of help. He has Trotter arriving. Outside of him is LeCain. Trotter cuts inside, gets away from Mensah. Arriving now is Joe Giles. Back it is to Kilshaw. Just a little bit of momentum being lost as the Bulls having to play it back. Now Kere up into the mix. Short ball for Trotter. Back in numbers now are the Leaf. A lovely little ball. Trotter with the 1-2 with Carvalho. Trotter trying to get away from Mensah. Mensah nearly bringing him down, nearly again. Trotter does really well, holding on to it tightly. Clipped forward by Giles, looking again for Sunley. Hetcher is there. Ritzema, back it goes. Well, referee gives the foul. A little bit of a nudge there by Ritzema. No, referee was on hand. Referee made the decision. And again, just waiting still for that moment. Over half an hour gone in this first half. And we're still goalless. Very much. Who to blink first? And that ball goes out. And the balls will just take a little bit of time perhaps here with Jay Giles looking for a little bit of movement. Gets it now from Ritzema. Hetcher challenging. Bennett back inside looking for Emmanuel, trying to get away from Whyteleafe. Whyteleafe does well. Emmanuel's tough, but Whyteleafe has managed to win it. And now a chance for the ball through the middle. And here comes Carvalho trying to get inside of Brian Barrett, who touches it back to Huck, and he's got to be careful, and he does well. Plays it short to Brian Barrett there, who just made himself available for his keeper. Francis again. You see that he's going to have some pace. He's just waiting to unleash. Still not really had the service down this left-hand side in this first half, but he looks like he's ready. Play assigned from step 3, which of course is the ambition of both these sides. Not maybe going to be getting there automatically this season, but could well be again playing each other before this season is out. And now the Leaf trying to keep hold of it as Carvalho steps in, and Mensah gets a little bit of a fortunate bounce. He's picked up by Brian Barrett, trying to get away there from Carvalho. Francis again trying to get past LeCain, who's strong in the challenge, just holding him up, holding up the Leaf. Mensah now. Bennett. And back it goes to Johnson. Slowly but surely here. Balls again, solid in defence. Clipped on by Emmanuel, but there's nobody there. There's no run. And it's easy for Van der Vliet. Now pushing towards the last 10 minutes of this first half. It's Van der Vliet. Goes long. Looking for De Santos. Good header by Holder. Sunley now. Giles down the line to De Santos, who drops his shoulder and tries to get round the challenge of Morley, but it's going to be a goal kick. James Carey just having some words of encouragement for his troops in front of him. And the ball's just holding shape. Oh, we're nearly getting into trouble there as Mensah, as the terrier that is De Santos is just nipping at him. Back and across to Holder. And again, inside to Mensah. Trotter closes the space well, so does Ritzema. It's going to come out onto this left side. Should well be Carey. In fact, LeCain has gone across. And it's Francis again trying to get a little bit of a yard, but it's going to be Carvalho who gets a ricochet. Can he pick it up? He can. Can he get something going? Well, he's trying to skip away. He's run out of room. Needs to just quickly regroup here as Brian Barrett wants to get on with it. In it goes to Johnson. Now Bennett. Gondo, and out to Hetcher, far side. Giles comes towards him and just forces him to go back, and just a heavy touch on it as well, but back it goes to Huck, who's, well, just virtually out of the range of a goalkeeper perhaps. Now Watling, can he see Huck off? Well, he's off his line. It would have been audacious to have had a little look up and try and lob him from there, but Huck wasn't hurrying back. Giles down the line, flicked on by Sunley, falls nicely to Ritzema. Can he make something happen now? Going down that left-hand side, Ritzema running towards the penalty box. Ritzema still going, looking for a bit of space, trying to get the shot off. Blocked it is. Hetchachena back and across, keeps it in. And again, the marauding run there of Ritzema. We see that so often. So good with the ball at his feet. Now Kilshaw to LeCain. LeCain tracked there by Francis. Trotter does well, swoops it inside to Whyteleafe. Now to Giles. Giles decides to take it on himself. Forward he goes. Giles still going. Head of steam with him. Down the line looking for Sunley. Hetchachena's there first. Huck clears, but only as far as Trotter. Now Ritzema. Ritzema just gets a nudge, but keeps hold of it. Now Trotter again. Steps forward. Lovely little bit of play by Adam Trotter now. Can he find the pass? He needs some help here. He gets it out, gets brought down, but it's LeCain to Kilshaw again. Kilshaw plays the ball forward down the channel, looking for the run there of Sunley. Cross comes Morley. And into the stands, he plays it. Well, just looking like the Leaf are being stretched a bit more. Bulls just maybe feel they can get one here before the break. Chance now with a long throw. LeCain special. Here it comes. Towards Whyteleafe. Whyteleafe flicks it on. Far post. Ball is cleared, but it seems to go straight to Trotter. It does. And then it's straight back with a little bit of interest, but there's time for Giles to have a little look up, chest it down, and lay it off to Kere. He goes for route one. And then a holder comes across and leaves it for Huck. And just not quite the communication required as Bennett tries to break free for the first time. He's been shackled for most of the first half. Gondo twisting and turning, finds Mensah. Gets it back. Mensah just skips past Sunley. Sunley tracks back and does really well though, wins the ball. Bulls have it back with Ritzema. Now Trotter. Short ball to Sunley, who's back on his feet. Outside him, the run of Dos Santos through the middle is only Carvalho. Bulls getting forward now. Ritzema getting in towards the box. Good play again by Sunley, with Dos Santos still with it, trying to get away from Hetchachena. Giles now waits, puts one up and under. This could be one to challenge, but it's Trotter. And then Francis lays it off for Brian Barrett and plays it out again, just clearing the lines a bit. Emmanuel. Trotter gets back, does really well, wins the ball. Well, claims a foul, but play on, says the referee. Trotter carries on, down is Francis. Trotter came in around the side, but he won the ball. Now Kilshaw, will he try it? He scored, remember, last season here. Not this time. Out towards Carvalho. Carvalho will run at Brian Barrett, will try and skip away, plays it inside, half blocked. Back again with Trotter. Trotter now trying to twist and turn, trying to get away from Mensah. Just had the IQ on him there, but he still kept possession. Trotter through a ball to Kilshaw. Inside now, Ritzema. Mensah jumping all over him. Ritzema twisting and turning, then Bennett, but Ritzema comes up with it somehow, battling away. And the ball's keeping possession, but it feels just like they're just hanging on to it. Long ball now, Carvalho. Can he just get the better? He's going to try and play it inside. He does. He tries to get around Barrett. Barrett goes down. Brian Barrett gets the foul. Well, it's certainly sped up in this last few minutes. The pace has ratcheted up a notch or two. Maybe the Bulls have conserved the energy just sufficiently to drive in this last few minutes, as we are into the last 5 in this first half. Well, Huck decides to go short to Holder. This creates a bit more space to play it across the back for Morley. He's trying to get there quickly as Huck still playing around with it and clears it. Hetchachena does well, lovely play, but in the end Kilshaw spots the danger and puts it into the tree. Now, a few conifers come down there, not leaves as yet. Now Trotter does well. A lovely back heel by Dos Santos. Now Sunley down the channel. Can he get there ahead of Morley? Well, he's gone toe-to-toe, but Morley has done enough to win the free kick. Suddenly saying he won the ball. The referee not agreeing. And again, back it is with the skipper Holder. Francis again is taking a position on this near side, out of shot. Just wanting the ball but not getting anything. Etchechena again. Now Johnson. It's really tight on that far side and still not able yet to find a ball through as Watling gets there. And now Trotter again, he's picked it up. Trotter's been superb in this first half. He lays it off now. Dos Santos having a little look around. He wants some help here. He gets it from Kilshaw. Kilshaw now to Ritzema. Can the Bulls get something here? Carve out a chance as it's suddenly again. Lovely back heel. Here comes Giles. Plays it in. Solid header though there in the middle by Johnson. Whether he meant to do that or it just caught him. And then down goes Sunley, and there's a bit of afters with Gondo, but it's Ritzema who picks it up and carries on, and Ritzema trying to get past, and he does. And tracking back is Mensah. He plays it out for a throw-in. Well, it's been... Well, Toby Ritzema's gone down. Just caught maybe in the challenge. Referee just goes to have a little look. It's maybe just caught a boot down the shin. And it looks like Ritzema will just shake that off. Got a couple of minutes left in this first half. Ray Dos Santos, the other long throw-in specialist, will deliver this one from the far side. In it comes, looking there for McCain, who flicks it on. Well, he's been wrestled there by Gondo, but he still gets the head on it. I saw a little bit of that being practiced before the game. It's obviously a little bit of a plan, maybe. It's been developed. Didn't quite work this time. Again, with Johnson. As they take their time here. Can they try and create something? Well, just gets past Trotter. That hasn't happened much in the first half. Mensah winning that little battle. Free kick far side. And it is a Bulls. Oh no, they've conceded it. It's like a free kick has been given as Etchechena goes down. And a chance for the Leaf just before half time, maybe. Oh, just getting, well, a little bit of time given to him to get up here, Etchechena. Just to reflect on this first half, but before we do, is this the chance that the Leaf have been looking for? Looks like Gondo on the far side will take. Etchechena is up on his feet. Gondo will look for something, plays it in. Bulls header there with Sunlead as well. Back as far as Johnson. Johnson being forced home towards Brian Barrett, who goes back to Huck. Huck now plays it short, and the Bulls come out in numbers. Red shirts swarming now, looking for a mistake at the back here as Huck has to be nimble of foot there to get away from Sunley, who was on him. And now, well, Carvalho's done well. He's read the situation. Carvalho trying to find a little bit of help. Here comes Ritzema. Ritzema now, will he try something from distance? He does. It's half blocked, and then it falls to Holder. And that is it for the first half here at Church Road. A first half that sees neither keeper really forced into any kind of save. Couple of corners for the Bulls, nothing for the Leaf. And as the players make their way off at half time, it's been pretty even, it's been tactical, it's been tough, but it hasn't yet come to goals. It's still 0-0 as we go at half time. AFC Whyteleafe 0, Jersey Bulls 0, and we'll see you after the break. Well, the players are out. The Bulls were out quickest, going through their pre-start of the second half. A little bit of a routine there, getting their legs going. Adam Trotter bouncing around. And arguably the standout performer in the first half, running that midfield, shutting down their threat, Daniel Bennett, who looks like he's going to get the second half underway. Well, as the real thing, Utamira, everything, a very Valentine's Day track just fades away. I'm still waiting for the Bulls to pull Cupid's arrow, but for the second time today, Daniel Bennett does roll it off, and we're underway. Well, straight down the middle and straight into touch. Well, that's not really perhaps what Whyteleafe would have had a chat about at half-time. It's been a real different atmosphere here today. Last season, it was very much a case of the Bulls coming here, knowing the threat of Whyteleafe, and of course they still are a threat, just working their way through with a massive game plan. Still got a game plan, but it just feels that the momentum has shifted as the Bulls have really settled into this level of football. And it's very much a case of hard to know who will split or how these two will be split in terms of today, but it's still a long way to go. And it's going to be Van der Vliet with his first touch of this second half. Bulls, of course, have got plenty of substitutes to come on. Flicked on there by Dos Santos, and Huck right at the edge of his box again. It's forward again. Morley into Mensah, quick touch back to Holder, and it's the same kind of pattern. They're playing those two at the back. They've just got Mensah in front, Johnson and Bennett, and now a run here by Hetchechena, picked up by Emmanuel, who's having to do a bit more work early on in this second half, and now back to Emmanuel. Emmanuel gets ahead, but Watling gets there ahead of him. Now to Santos, who's got Morley for company, finds a little bit of an in ball to Ritson, who plays it forward, and Huck again playing sweeper keeper as Sonny will just force him back. And he's tried a lot, Slav Huck, to get the Leaf forward, as it's picked up here by Gondo. Inside, nice ball to Emmanuel as Kilshaw shuts him down. The ball's hunting in packs. And Huck again, who's kind of adding another player to that back line. Inside to Johnson. Johnson now looking outside, but just can't find the ball to Gondo, and Giles gets in the way, but his pass and the anguish he shouts out just goes back to a Leaf player. Morley again. Inside to Mensah, who's just again just showing a little bit too much, just allows Trotter to force him back. And the Bulls starting the second half pretty much like they started and played throughout the first, with pressure on the Leaf every time they have the ball. Again, Johnson just lays it off to Holder. Saw a lot of that in the first half. Still looking for that ball. Going to go long again. Going to look for the run here of Hetchechena. Across will go Giles. Hetchechena gets there. Has a little bit of time, but trying to get away from Giles. Giles stands him up. Gondo now. Inside it comes to Johnson. Heavy touch. Dos Santos coming back. Johnson skips away. Tries to play it through to Bennett. Bennett outside now. Chance maybe. Well, Francis there. Blocked in the end. Trying to get it back. Cavallio helping out. Trotter again mopping up. And then LeCain thumps it forward. Morley comes across, gets the head on it, and plays it back to Brian Barrett. And then Mensah. Well, definitely a little bit more cohesion to the Leaf in this second half. There seems to be a bit crisper, a bit more at ease. And they're playing it around nicely. Mensah again. Johnson. Just looking for something. Trotter again, just making it difficult. Back it goes to Morley again as the sun just peeks out again behind the clouds. Adds a little bit of warmth to what is a pretty cold Saturday. Of course, Being a Valentine's weekend, there'll be a little warmth in the heart, hopefully, for many. Maybe some warmth as well for the Bulls by the end. As here comes Gondo, trying to get away, does step inside, away from Sunley. And again, the Bulls are just so well drilled. Over Kane, the run by Bennett, who's trying to get forward more this second half already. Back and across it comes. Watling with a header, should be picked up by Sunley. He can try and play it out as Mensah goes across, but Sunley's done ever so well. Another ball has come on the pitch to our left. Someone needs to clear that, but they're not going to as the Bulls try and get forward. Now through the middle, there's a good run there. It's Dos Santos. Dos Santos into the box. Can he take the shot from the angle? He tries to whip it across. Whether he was trying to cross or he's trying to shot in the end, it's going to go out as the birthday boy kicks away the stray ball. And again, it's with Mensah. It's been a really interesting formation by the Leaf. Look like they're sometimes playing with a 2, but it's definitely a 3 at the back and then a 1-2-3-1 as they go down the left-hand side again with Francis, who tries to get away, gets the ball in across, coming across is Kere. Corner to the Leaf. Yeah, good defensive work, and the first chance that Francis has really had to skip away. Manages to get Leaf's first corner. First of this second half. The Bulls need to be on alert here as Morley's coming forward. So is Brian Barrett, and there's a bit of a coming together there with Trotter and Brian Barrett. Referee's going to have a word. Looked like he just tripped as he was trying to make his way forward. And Trotter not letting anybody escape today. And he will mark Brian Barrett. Ball is going to be delivered towards the near post, headed away by Sunley, headed again back in, only as far as Johnson, who heads it back, but so there is Dos Santos, and Whyteleafe just trying to keep hold of it, flicked on, picked up though and cleared by Dos Santos, who's working hard. The ball's gone on the roof, another one is required. Chena waits for that to come across. And it will be Chena who just quickly takes it. Morley again. Johnson sitting back a little. Oh, again, a loose ball by Bennett, and the ball's pressing hard with Trotter, and then Sunley will come across. He does really well, gets a touch on it. Sunley plays it inside Trotter again. Ritzema just lets it roll, clips his heel, back into Trotter, laid off for Kilshaw. Now a chance for the ball to Ritzema, trying to get away from Gondo. Gondo coming across, Ritzema still going, Ritzema into the box. Can he keep the run going? Well, he's going to win a corner. He does really well there, Toby Ritzema. You could see the effort made by the Leaf to get back in numbers as Ritzema just kept charging forward. So hard to get off the ball when he's in full flow. Skillful, got plenty of tricks, and it's going to be Ray Dos Santos with the corner and a chance for the Bulls to really put a press on here, the Leaf. It's going to be Dos Santos, thinks about short, doesn't in the end. Cavallio retreats, in it comes, near post, headed well. Cavallio, can he get it down? He can turn as well. Cavallio skips back inside to his left foot, finds a lovely ball to Dos Santos into the box, brought down, is he? Referee waves it away. Well, he's been put on the floor, Dos Santos. Looked like there might have been a touch, he was at full flow. Referee says no. Interesting to see that one back as Watling plays it inside, but it's into the arms of Huck. Well, again, Dos Santos causing problems for the Leaf at the back. And still the Bulls hold the shape, make the press. Watling can bring it down, controls it well. Nice touch, Ritzema again. Gilo wants it down this side, he calls it, but suddenly takes it on as Mensah is all over him. It goes down. Giles, well, he wins the throw, but It's Mensah has got his hands all over Sunday, who's speaking to the referee, who's, to be fair, just let most things go that have been kind of 50-50. Can have a word. In fact, he's given the free kick after all of that. And it will be De Santos. Well, it's the kind of area and the kind of distance that he kind of fancies. We'll see if he tries to take on Huck, who's arranged two in the wall. Giles is there as well. You fancy De Santos to take this. Keeper's well out. In it comes. Far post. Anyone arriving? Here comes Watling. Plays it back inside. Ball's on the floor. Watling trying to get it. Somehow Cavalier now. Shot is blocked by Mensah. And then hooked clear. And the Bulls just couldn't quite get it to run for them. As again, Killshaw. Giles diving in. Good play by Emmanuel, who's released Gondo, who's got a bit of space coming across his Killshaw. Killshaw's got to stay with him. Gondo now plays it inside. Anybody there? Far post. Watling gets a touch in. Does really well there. He needed to. There was pressure coming by a flying Leaf there. And now Bennett. And they keep it going. But the Bulls break it up again. Long ball. Holder does well. Just gets there ahead of De Santos. De Santos then just catches him. Well, ball was played, but they've given the free kick against Ray De Santos. Elliot Powell not happy, getting a talking to. Well, there's only one winner, and that's the referee. Well, it still continues, but both players going for the ball. And a free kick has been given. Santos has been terrier-like all afternoon. He always is. He's running up top on his own. And for a minute, a little moment of calm, but it's not going to last long, as you feel that either side here, just that short pass or that. Oh, it's a good interception here by Cavalier. Cavalier now takes it on. Cavalier, can he get it away? Can he keep going? But he's still got it. He's running into trouble. He's trying to get it off to Ritzema, who's in the box ahead of him. Ritzema trying to square it. He's won the corner. He has. Well, end-to-end stuff here. Still waiting. Still yet to find a real clear shot on goal. Corner for the Bulls. But it's a corner on the far side, and it's Jay Giles who's going to go across to take this. He will swing this in now. Watling and Carrier up there. In it comes towards the middle of the goal. Flapped away by Huck. He just gets enough on it. A lot of pressure. Cleared now. Killshaw picks it up outside the box. Killshaw, will he go? Well, he's chipped it back in, looking for the run at the far post of Watling. It falls now. Shot comes in. Oh, and it's inches past. And it looks like it's Jay Giles who's cropped up on the far side there. And it's taken a deflection to go behind for a corner. Wow. Looked like it was a combination there. Watling was involved, but it looked like it may well have fallen to Giles, who took the shot. Either or. It's needed a deflection. De Santos with the corner now, near side. Cavalier again runs and drags Palace away. In it comes, far post. Here it comes, headed away by Holder this time. Across the face of the goal. Hooked clear. But out before the halfway line, and it's going to be a Bulls throw. The pressure mounting here from Jersey Bulls on the Leaf. Question is, can they make it count? And it's LeCain who, about halfway inside the Leaf half now, can just about launch this. He does. He looks for a head, but it's Mensah who clears. It's going to fall for Killshaw there, who's following up. Killshaw tries to touch it through. Falls now. The shot comes in for De Santos, who bends one. Well, it was bending and it was dipping, but it was never coming down quickly enough. And it goes high and wide in the end for a goal kick. Just feel that the Bulls now maybe just feel a bit more comfortable. Of course, got to be comfortable, not complacent, as it's with Morley inside his own half now. Just knocks it around. Johnson in front of him. Johnson will look through the middle, looks for Gondo. Giles gets there first. They still have it now with Johnson, but it's picked up by Ritzema. He's going to take it up towards the half line now. He's going to get away, and he's brought down there by Emmanuel. That may well be the first yellow card of the afternoon, and it is. And the referee, in no doubt there, straight to his left pocket. The foul was by Emmanuel on Ritzema, who was in full flow. And he picks up the free kick as Emmanuel picks up the booking. Well, it's Valentine's Day. There's the first card. So it's Jay Giles who will take this. He's over the halfway line to this near side. Just look like he'll deliver this. The ball's line up far side of the box. As Watling is up there. Carvalho hangs off. LeCain, Ritzema. Long ball. Exactly in that area. Goes, well, Watling trying to get him around the back door. Can't. Brian Barrett will clear it up to the halfway line. Kerry, who stayed back, just brings it down. Sends it back, and then Bennett slicing it to the far hand side, but he's only found Trotter, who's covered back, and then Brian Barrett tries to keep it in, but it's a Bulls ball just in front of the home dugout on the far side of the pitch. Johnny LeCain will take it. Adam Trotter just makes a few steps ahead of him, looking for the line for Dos Santos. Ball comes off the back of Dos Santos from Francis, and it's throw-in which is quickly taken, which Holder has just outside his own penalty box here. And across to Morley. You can visualise it. Morley now coming up towards that half-way line, inside to Johnson, who plays it short, but the Bulls break it up again now. Here comes Kilshaw. Ahead of him, he's got Sunny. Sunny has a bit of space through the middle. It's Dos Santos. Sunny halfway into the Leaf side, who get back in numbers here. Only Emmanuel forward, and then Sunny just has the luxury to look up and find on the far side Carvalho, who steps over, steps again, still goes, trying to take it on. Gets to the byline, crosses it in it comes, headed away by Morley to the edge of the box, picked up by Gondo. Giles goes across. Trotter steps in, doesn't pick it up. Gondo still going far side though. Ball back and across, but Watling cuts it out just at the halfway line. Pumps it forward, but pumps it out onto the roof on the far side. Well, some action on the far side for the home side. They're going to make a change. They're going to bring on, so we'll see who it is, in fact, when the shirt goes on. But there's going to be a change for the league. As it's back with Huck now, across the back line. Oh, getting himself into trouble is again closed down by Dos Santos. Across comes Ritzema, ball over the halfway line, cut out by Giles, who stayed quite forward. And now it's Sunley, just at the halfway mark, steps forward. Giles outside him on this near touchline. Giles now plays a lovely ball in and behind for Ritzema to run after, trying to get back his head to Chenna. Back it comes to Giles. Giles got a bit of space, needs some help, gets it here from the arriving Kilshaw. Kilshaw now has a little look up, right foot, clips it towards the far side of the box, but it's cut out too easy. But it's easy then for LeCain, and back to Kilshaw, who stabs it back to Kere. Now Trotter. Trotter just turning and twisting, getting feet caught in this rubbery surface, and then gets himself out of trouble. Brilliant little bit of play by Carvalho, who's, well, going to get away from Brian Barrett. It looks like he has his arms across him. Nothing doing. Play on. Here it is now, near side Gondo, just on the halfway line. Inside to Johnson. Looks for the run through the middle, but he's just played it straight into the arms of Van der Vliet, who heads it down and has all the time in the world as they still, the Leaf, look to make the substitution. Giles again down the line. Halfway line is Sunley with a bit of time and a bit of space. Gets away from Hetchachena, cuts inside now. Sunley rolls it off. Trotter is there. Trotter looking for some help here. Cuts inside. Trotter still going. Now Ritzema spins away, turns, still going. Ritzema into the box. Ritzema with a shot. Well, it's inches wide. The challenge comes in from Holder, and Ritzema nearly caps the birthday off with the opening goal, which flashes inches past the Huck right-hand post. Well, that was pretty good from Toby Ritzema. Top draw stuff, not quite finding the target. But the threat is there, the danger. And now again, Adam Trotter has nicked in, but he just can't quite direct it to Dos Santos. As that cat and mouse that they seem to be playing here, the Leaf nearly getting the mouse trapped. Now in the middle of the park, it's Johnson to Mensah, just inside their own half now, the Leaf. Brian Barrett getting up over the halfway line. Back again to Mensah as they just try and work it free on this side is Hetchechenna. Well, Mensah's now run away, but he's been blocked off, and the Bulls have done well, and then he pulls down. Suddenly, should be maybe another card here. And maybe the referee doesn't feel that. Well, he is. He's going to show the card as down goes Manny Mensah as well, but suddenly is caught on the back of the right ankle there, and it's going to be when Mensah gets up, who's injured himself in the challenge, the second card, the second Valentine for Mr. Ablett this afternoon, and it's Manny Mensah who gets a card from the referee. Well, suddenly looks to be struggling a bit here. Just caught the back of the left ankle, it appears. He's going to try and run it off. There's going to be a change, and the Benet board, but not, of course, the one that Carl Benet holds up, but the Benet board for the Leaf is up, and it looks like they're going to make a change here. The numbers we've seen, looks like Maskell might be on for number 9, Emmanuel, but they're just checking because it looks like, well, Mensah's up as well. Suddenly still limping. Mensah will now get the card, and it is going to be off goes 19, so that's morally. On comes Good, so that's a defensive change for the Leaf. And the other change, waiting for the Benet board to go up. Anticipate as the numbers get changed that it will be, yeah, it is in fact Moses Emmanuel who will make way, and it is Jamie Maskell. So like for like changes coming for the Leaf. After all that, it will be a Bulls free kick just about a metre inside their own half. Jamie Watling will take it. Suddenly is back up. Watling goes for the corner, looking for the run there of Giles. It's Hetchechenna who gets there. Sonny's quickly back into his stride. He's trying to get away from Gondo, tricking himself into the corner. Finds Giles. Giles now, can he whip the ball in? He takes one pace, tries to find the run of Sonny, but it's cut out by Hetchechenna. It's a corner to the Bulls. Now looking across to the far side, there's no activity at all. It looks like the Bulls are very happy with things. None of the subs even remotely looking like getting ready. It's going to be Ray Dos Santos to deliver the corner from this near side. Swinging it in, right foot, outside, 2 in. Ritzimer in there. The bounce is on. Ritzimer goes near post. Far post it comes. It's Kerry. It's Watling saved at the near post by her. Punches it out. Still alive. Well, Jamie Watling in the end with the header back towards goal. Huck having to move to make sure it doesn't go in. As now back with Dos Santos trying to take on Gondo down this left-hand side. Just holds it up. Now Giles stays forward, clips it back inside. The header there, surely for LeCain. Far post. Carvalho can't quite get there, and Huck will go as the ball crosses the line for a goal kick. Well, it didn't look like the strongest of headers, but it forced Huck into a save as it's with the Leaf at the edge of the box. And it is the big number 5, Aaron Good, who's come into that centre-back pairing with skipper Holder. So Good and Holder are now at the back for the Leaf, who have it in the own half. Long ball forward, looking now for the run there of Johnson, who's forward, gets caught, goes down. Free kick will be given in a dangerous position. Looks like Kerry just catching Johnson there, and the free kick is about 2 or 3 metres outside the Bulls' penalty box here, so a good chance of Bennett. He will definitely fancy this one. Van der Vliet having to just organise his wall. There's going to be 4 at least in the Bulls' wall. Kerry, Trotter, Ritzimer and Watling by the looks. And the Bulls have got some defensive duties here. It's about the right distance, just enough perhaps to get it up and over this wall. The wall has retreated to the required 10. Bulls now have to stay alert as Bennett tries to conjure something up. Bennett it is. The wall stays tall. Here comes Bennett. Tries to in the end bounce it over, and then a foul there by Mensah, does it look like, who catches the cane in the face. Well, whether that was an elbow, Johnny LeCain has gone down. Mensah has also gone down, but if that was deliberate and the referee sees it, so Mensah's just been booked, that would be the end for him. He's gone down, but LeCain was the one who went down first, so it looked like the elbow came in from the number 14 for the Leaf. Well, it's a yellow card. It looks like for Van der Vliet for protesting. Well, Van der Vliet doesn't always say or do the right thing. And again, he's talked himself into a caution, which he really should pay out of his own pocket for that. That was unnecessary by Ewan Van der Vliet. He might be upset, but let the referee deal with it. Clearly there was a foul on Johnny LeCain. He's getting treatment now. He's been caught by Mensah. Whether the referee saw that, if he did, it's trouble for Mensah. Well, it's starting to really heat up here at the Leaf. When the melee has calmed down, we'll see what it is. Looks like it may well be a foul. If it is, it would be on LeCain. Oh, the referee is talking to a few Bulls players just inside the 6-yard box as John LeCain continues to get treatment. Van der Vliet still protesting. And Luke Campbell is limbering up far side, as is Francis Lekivamati. Oh, LeCain is on his feet. Nicky Nicole has worked her magic. And it looks like it will be a Bulls ball. The ref stopped play for the head injury. Looks like it will be a Bulls drop ball to Van der Vliet, who picks it up. And we're back in the action as Van der Vliet, edge of the box here, launches it long, well over the halfway line, looking for Dos Santos, who's got a hand from Good across his shoulder and then picked up by Gondo. Forward it goes from Hechachena. Watling with the header, halfway line, clipped forward by Kilshaw, now finds a lovely back heel. Sonny is away now down this left-hand side. Hechachena with him. Sonny takes it towards the edge of the box. Giles is bursting forward. Giles wants it. He gets the lovely roll. Giles into the box. Can he square it? He can. Arriving. Well, it doesn't find a head. It's Good who gets there first, and now the Leaf have a chance to break up towards the halfway line with Gondo, who brings it over the halfway line. Kilshaw across to cover. Ball inside to Mensah. Mensah's given it away. Dos Santos does really well. Bulls have it just inside their own half. Now Trotter calmly lays it off to LeCain. Back to Trotter, coming across there. Herring is Hassan, who's come on, the number 16. And now it's Dos Santos who spins away inside. Plays it lovely to middle of the park with a ball outside now from Ritzema to Sonny. Sonny goes into the box, going to take on Hechachena, going still past the bar. Gets a shot off, but it hits. Well, in the end, it hits the back of the net, behind the net, not the side netting. Oh, the temperature is rising. It may be falling in the atmosphere, but it's rising on the pitch. Here comes Hechachena again into the feet of Gondo. Back is Ritzema, who just watches the ball go inside to Bennett. And again, the numbers forward in green and gold here. Ball forward again to Johnson. Outside now for Francis, who's going to try the run. He's got past. He's still going. Great challenge from LeCain. Francis keeps it alive, though. Tries to bring it back in right in the byline. Back and across it is now. Brian Barrett inside to Bennett. Bennett lays it off, but it's too much shown to Kilshaw, who gets a touch now just inside the Bulls half. Here's Good. Has a little look up. Still going. Calls of shoot, but it goes to the far side. Looking for the flag here. The Bulls play on. Ball back inside, and now it's inside, and it's into the penalty area. It doesn't reach the foot of Johnson, who's following in. Now Ritzema tries to bring it away. He tries to release it towards the far side for Dos Santos, but he only finds touch. Well, it's been a very frantic 5 or so minutes here. Another change coming. The Bene board goes up. This time it's Mensah, who's probably hauled off before he gets sent off. He's going off to be replaced by Helga Arome. So another change. Mensah is off on a yellow card, of course. He can go and enjoy that Valentine's yellow from the referee, number 14, on the 14th. And a roam is on. Bulls still not making any changes. Throw in taken inside their own half. Holder now across the line to Good, who's bringing it forward towards the halfway line. Bennett now dropping back. Takes it over, but he's getting tracked there by Ritz and Moran. DeSantis flicks it outside the boot, looking for the run of Francis. Gets to the byline. Francis now trying to hold it up, trying to get it back inside. Goes down, nothing doing. He falls to the floor. LeCain with the challenge. No foul. Referee waves it away. The crowd don't like it from behind the Van der Vliet goal, but there was no more in that than there was in the DeSantis challenge, and that's a fair decision, you'd say, by the referee. Looked like Francis threw himself to the floor a little bit acrobatically, a little bit theatrically perhaps, but in the end it wasn't tricking the referee, Mr. Ablett. As again the ball's played forward, Jay Giles has now got to get back quickly as Hetchachena gets it inside, but he only brings it back to the arms of Van der Vliet as it rolls across the 6-yard box. Van der Vliet now launching it forward, huge kick. Good gets there, bit of a high boot, but nothing given from DeSantis. Now Ritzimer skipping away, Ritzimer past two, past a third, gets away from Gondo. Giles arriving just inside the Leaf half now. Inside again, nice ball, DeSantis skips away, gets brought down, referee says no doing. Looks like it was Johnson there, but the referee not interested. Back it goes with Good, and then Holder across the back line just in front of the edge of the penalty box. Here it is again with Bennett, who's trying to get more into this game. Down the left-hand side flank as it's Hassan trying to get in behind the back door. Keeps alive, he's at the byline. Having to turn, needs help. Brian Barrett and Francis are there, but it's now with Bennett. Back again, far side to Francis. Plays it inside. Brian Barrett tries to work it through. LeCain gets there. LeCain clears it. And there's nobody there as it goes back into the Leaf half. And now it's Good on the halfway line, who takes no chances. Back to Huck as Sunley closes him down. Well, there is going to be a change. Looks like Luke Watson is getting ready far side. As Good thumps it forward. LeCain with the boot. Brian Barrett getting further forward now to help Francis on that right side. Down goes, but quickly up is LeCain, and now the ball inside. Looking for the flag, the Bulls not doing. There's a touch there for a roam. And then Brian Barrett brings it inside, wants to shoot, but doesn't, lays it off. Halfway inside the Bulls half, Gondo now. Ball's being stretched across, Hetchachena back to Gondo. Towards the edge of the box, here comes Johnson. Johnson, will he try the shot? No, plays it inside to the feet of Barrett. Barrett runs into the wall that is Adam Trotter, who lays it off for Ritzimer, who can't keep control. Challenged by Johnson. Now the ball is into Hetchachena and back to Good, who needs some help here. He's looking, he's palms face forward, he's got the gloves on today, can't blame him. Now Johnson, just inside the Bulls half. Again, he gets it back from Arome, who lays it off. Holder. Now Johnson. Bulls lined up inside their own half. Now with Good, who just takes it forward a couple of paces, trying to get closer to the edge of the box. He now finds the ball near side. Hetchachena covered by Sunley. Back it goes to Good. Slowly but surely. Here it comes. Whip ball inside. Should be Van der Vliet. Is Van der Vliet's. He comes and gets there as Watling marshals the back line for the Bulls. We're just waiting to see if there is a change coming. There is definitely a change. It looks like it may well be James Carr as DeSantis jumps for that, but the ball goes through to Huck. He wants to get on with it here and release this ball. And now Bennett inside his own half, across to Good. Good comes forward to the halfway line. Long ball out to the far side, headed there by LeCain, who gets there first ahead of Brian Barrett, but it's a throw in for the Leaf. Change is going to come. The Bene board is going up. Off is going Sunley. On is coming Carr. Well, Sunley's had a good shift this afternoon. There's no doubt about that. He's worked hard. He got caught in that challenge from Mensing. You just wonder whether that's a precaution from Elliot Powell just to take him off at this stage. Make sure that there's no further damage done. As it will be James Carr, the natural left-sided player, to come on and slot in. Well, a random Lucozade bottle has somehow found its way onto the pitch. Not sure how that got there, but it has. Let's hope none of the players trip over that as the ball is played forward again. Bulls defending with John Kane, who plays it up, and Bennett nods it out, and it's the Bulls throw far side of the ground again. Looks like Francis Lekimamati may get a little bit of an outing. He's looking like he's stripping off, and he is. So where will he go? Will it be to replace Carvalho? We shall see. But anyway, as the ball's flicking on with De Santos, laid off now. De Santos can't quite get there ahead of Holder, and then Kilshaw. And now here comes Hetcher-Chainer, who takes it up over the half line. Carr now tracking back. Trotter there trying to get there ahead, and he does of Johnson. He forces the Leaf to go home again with Good. Looks up, has Holder. Tearing towards him is Carvalho. Back to Good from Huck, the keeper. Good now can bring it forward. Ball's just stand off a little bit. Carr goes to him now. Ball's played far side, straight to the chest of LeCain. Now Carvalho tries to get away, but he's caught there by Bennett. Ball's throw far side, chance maybe for the second change. Looks like Lekimamati is going to come on. Bennett has the board, and it will be Carvalho as we suspected. So straight swap there. Carvalho's afternoon is up, and on comes Francis Lekimamati. He'll go to the right side of the park. And another good shift by Miguel Carvalho. Can Francis Lekimamati put a little bit of a smile on the Bulls' faces? Certainly those supporters here and those listening. Throw-ins to be taken now by LeCain into the feet of De Santos, who spins away, edge of the box. De Santos tries a shot, it hits the back of Good. Ritzema keeps it alive. De Santos again. Now Giles, who's up there, plays a 1-2. Lovely turn by Ritzema, swings it, goes for goal. Straight into the arms of Huck. Didn't have enough. It had bend on it, but it was bending into the keeper as opposed to bending away and in far post or near post. And it was easy for Huck in the end. Hetcher-Chainer kicks at that water bottle in front of us, but doesn't actually, it's for Lucozade ball, doesn't actually kick it out. So it's still on the pitch, still a random bottle as it's picked up now by Good, and then Johnson inside their own half, the Leaf here, still trying to find that pass. Heavy touch by Gondo, but he does clear it forward, looking for the run of Hassan, but it's dealt with by Watling, and then Giles, who's got Hetcher-Chainer for company. Giles trying to get away from Hetcher-Chainer as well. Should be a Bulls ball, it's not, it's a Leaf ball. Taken there by Gondo, but it's cut out by De Santos again, who's getting away from Hetcher-Chainer, pulls him back. Well, again, that'll be a card. Hetcher-Chainer is going to be the third Valentine today for Mr. Ablett. Well, De Santos was away. He was clear, and Hetcher-Chainer had no choice. He nearly pulled the shirt off. It was a bit of a Soboslai, Erling Haaland type offence. No red card this time, but a yellow card for Hetcher-Chainer, who's dropped in that right wing-back position now. And De Santos is lucky to come away with any part of his shirt intact at all. Well, it'll be Jay Giles right in front of us here, just inside the Leaf half. He'll take the free kick. Long ball from him, far side looking for Watling. Watling battling, gets the head onto it. De Santos gambles. He has Watling with him on that far side. He does really well. Skips, pulled down, is he? Referee flags, it is. Well, the assistant flags far side. Another De Santos bit of magic there has tricked Brian Barrett. Free kick it will be. Tight to the touchline on the far side. But a chance for the Bulls again. It's going to be Joe Giles. Going to go across. He'll take it. De Santos will walk away. There's a couple in the wall. It's on that far side. Near the corner flag here. Jay Giles with the left foot. Forward is Ritzema. Forward is Watling as well. Ritzema bouncing. In it comes. Near post. Headed on. Header over. Looks like it comes off a Leaf head. It does. It's a corner for the Bulls on the same side where Jay Giles has just taken the free kick. And he gets a chance to deliver another one. Well, there's not much separating these sides at all today. We've got about 6 minutes left of this 90. It's still 0-0. It's still goalless. Is there going to be that one goal in it? Here it comes, near post, flicked on by Ritzema. Cleared out for another corner. Repeat. Well, chance for Giles to put a ball in here. A little bit of a better one, maybe. That was a near post ball. Maybe trying to get a bit of height on this one. as we have 5 or 6 minutes plus whatever to be added. There wasn't a huge amount of time. A little bit of treatment was required, but it's played short. Now back with Giles, who will this time get it in towards the near post, and the header falls back. Then it's Ritzimer, and then it's Huck somehow, who comes up with a ball. There's an absolute melee in there. There's now Brian Barrett's getting involved, who's onto Ritzimer, who's just trying to stab the ball home. The referee's going to have to sort that out. Huck does well in the end for the Leaf, comes up with it in a melee of bodies and boots. In the end, it's going to be a drop ball. It's going to be a free kick, it looks like, but nothing more. Well, you can definitely feel these sides. Oh, there's another change. Bene Board is up far side. And it's off for Hetchachena. Well, he got the card. It's probably, again, another decision to avoid anything more. He's off on his Jamie Maskell. So Maskell does make his bow now. It was Hassan who came on, the first substitute. 15 and 16 numbers from distance. Looking very similar. But it's Maskell who is going to come on. And then it looks to be another change, a full bench, as Saunders Henry is on for Palace Francis. So can the subs for Whyteleafe make a difference? There's 5 minutes plus added time to go here, as it's a free kick by Huck, taken and rolled out to good. Inside, just inside their own half. Bennett this time looks for the long ball, goes route one. Giles should get there, keeps his eye on it beautifully. Jay Giles wins the ball, then gets fouled from behind by Hassan. Free kick to the Bulls. Hassan is complaining and protesting, but he brought Jay Giles down. Can't really have any complaints about that. Well, it's a Bulls ball. Van der Vliet will take. Taking his time, coming out. And decides to go long, and he does. Looking for the Santos, who's going to let it run, and Good there, and now, wow, Huck comes. There's a collision there between Ritzimer and Huck. In the end, neither really got anywhere near the ball. Both have gone down, and it's going to be, the referee stopped play, so it'll be a drop ball. It's Toby Ritzimer. In fact, it's James Carr. It's not Ritzimer at all. It's Carr who's that far forward. Went down. He was trying to just nip in as the ball came off. It looked like Good in the end, who his header was directed, but it went backwards towards the penalty area. It's now free kick taken just on the edge of the Leaf box. Out to Holder again. Time ticks by. Good again, trying to get the ball forward. The ball's in defensive mode. And brilliant work by the Santos, who's tackling hard. Now Bennett's won it. Bennett chips it forward, but Watling heads it away. Trotter now dispossessed again by Bennett. Bennett from distance. Bennett shoots. Saved. Cleared behind by Giles. Well, good save from Van der Vliet. The ball parried out, but Jay Giles quickly there on hand and turns it behind for a corner. And all of a sudden, the stand behind the Van der Vliet goal is on its feet and chanting. A chance from the corner here for the Leaf. The closest they have come all afternoon to finding any way through the Bulls' defence. They now have the corner. As the chant, Leaf goes around, the ball comes in, Van der Vliet's not there, it's nobody's, it's back and across, it's from Brian Barrett, it's a goal kick to the Bulls. And what was just, again, a few minutes of madness has subsided, and Van der Vliet has the ball. Well, Leki Mamati wants it, he's got his arms up on the far side, calling out for some service. He hasn't had a touch as yet. As Johnson tries to hook it forward again, but it's come off. It's a Bulls throw on the halfway line, far side of the ground. Well, last few minutes here. Still goalless. As Legumati gets touched, lays it inside, looking for De Santos. Cut out by Arome, back from Kerry, back inside the Leaf half. Trotter working hard. And now Arome again lays it off. Substitute there. Looks like it's Maskell who's just played it inside for Good. Good now to the halfway line. Looking for a ball forward. Goes down the left wing. Looking for a run there of Brian Barrett, who's arriving, but so is LeCain, who gets a good solid clearance in. Still going to be a throw for the Leaf though. They sense it now. They can press on. Can they find a way through? Will there be a change to the Bulls? There is one coming far side. Watson looks to be coming on. Will Campbell be seen as well? not looking likely. Looks like it will be Luke Watson. What he will have in terms of time is going to be up to the referee now as we tick down. Long throw coming in. Brian Barrett towards the near post, flicked on, but the head of Ritzimer there gets caught. It's going to be a corner to the Leaf though. Ritzimer does well, goes down, gets up. And again the chant from behind the goal. Leaf, Leaf, Leaf. Trotter now getting back to defend. The Bulls in numbers. Everyone behind the ball inside the penalty area. Here comes it towards the near post. Van der Vliet's there. Van der Vliet's made a mistake. Well, he's been fouled, the referee says. It looked like Van der Vliet had dropped it, but he'd been pushed in the back. Fairness to him, it was a foul. The ball didn't go anywhere near in the end the net, but it's a free kick for the Bulls. Van der Vliet on his 6-yard box as the Bulls want to make one more substitution. The Bene board is up, and it looks like it's going to be Dos Santos to be replaced by Barlow, in fact, not Watson. So here comes Barlow, and off goes Dos Santos, who's come off near side. And there's going to be 5 minutes of added time here. As forward it goes towards Lekimati, flicks it on. Barlow's going to try and get there. He does. Barlow picks it up, edge of the box, turns. Barlow now towards the penalty box, still going. Barlow takes a shot, block, goes down. Good challenge there. Looks like Holder again, who's backing across. In fact, it's Johnson. So we're going to have 5 minutes of added time here at La Leaf, at Church Road. It's still nothing between these two sides. This time it's the Bulls on the far side with Johnny LeCain, who can launch one in. So a chance, maybe takes it short. Trotter. Now, ball comes in. LeCain headed on by Ritzimer. And over the bar it goes. Time to think about the player of the match this afternoon. There's some good performances by the Bulls, and there's that man Adam Trotter involved again, who just gets his arms around Bennett, and Bennett hasn't really been anything other than under the lock and key of Adam Trotter today. Ray Dos Santos had a really good afternoon, battling hard alone, but here again they come forward quickly. Brian Barrett's making a run down that side, catches the ball in the middle, across comes Watling, down goes LeCain, free kick against Brian Barrett, not liked by the home support. But Johnny LeCain doing exceptionally well. And there's been a really solid defensive performance by the Jersey Bulls. We normally have a goal in these games. Where is it coming from? Is it even coming today? Or are we going to play out a draw? Well, it's been a good one if it is to end that way. But it's flicked on now, and then Watling gets a touch in. It's inside the Bulls' half. Trotter back, plays it towards... Well, somehow it's through to Carr now, who's inside the Leaf half. Barlow brings it down. Barlow just can't keep control of it. Johnson nicks it off him. Short side here, Gondo on the halfway line. Ritzimer tracking him. Brian Barrett is getting around. Trotter goes through him. Down he goes. Brian Barrett will know he's been in a contest today. Trotter not giving an inch at all, and looks sternly at Brian Barrett, as Brian Barrett's now got a license to thrill. He's roaming everywhere. It's now Ritzimer with a jump. Brian Barrett's inside the Bulls' half, just about now back to the halfway line, and now it's Bennett who picks it up inside the semicircle, inside the Bulls' half. Cleared though by Giles using his right boot. We don't see that from the left-sided defensive Jay Giles, but he gets there, and he's going to have to do some more work as he gets there ahead and goes down. Gondo picks it up, still alive inside the Bulls' half, halfway. It's Johnson now, plays it forward. Cut out though by Kilshaw, blocked down. The handball is the claim. Referee says no. It's Gondo again. It's short to Brian Barrett on this near side. Back inside to Gondo, wants to play it in, clips it in. Giles with the header. Ritzimer then brings it down and then thumps it forward over the halfway line. It's going back good. He's going to give chase. He's picked it up inside his own half. Now to Holder. Forward comes Trotter. Trotter retreats. Barlow now comes across. Good goes long again. Looking for a lovely ball in, and it should be all there for, well, he gets there, and then a melee here, trying to punch a ball. Van der Vliet gets a touch. Hassan goes down. It's inside the penalty box. Nothing is given. Lots of shouts from behind the crowd, behind the goal. Nothing doing there. Van der Vliet got the first touch, and it was just one of those where it was always never going to be a penalty. And now it's Ritzimer on the halfway line, going forward, bursting on. Gondo trying to get back. Ritzimer still going. Ritzimer brought down, is he? No, says the referee. Play on. Now it's Gondo back on his feet. Trotter giving chase. Ritzimer's lost a boot. Trotter brings down. He's going to get a Valentine's card. The yellow card for Adam Trotter. Well, the Bulls haven't had one yet, but Trotter there catches Gondo as Trotter tries to get his boot on. Well, it's going to be Adam Trotter who does go in the book. The Bulls finally get the card from Mr. Ablett, and at that point, although he's just picked up a yellow card, he's been outstanding today, Adam Trotter. He has been man for man marking Daniel Bennett, who's always been the threat. He's going to be today's player of the match, Adam Trotter. As Toby Ritson was still battling to get his boot back on. Just doing that, making sure that the free kick can't be taken. It's just inside the Bulls half. It's Gondo who's got it. And now Ritzimer has done his boot up. The referee's allowed that. Barlow stands in front of the ball. He's not quite 10. Needs to retreat a little bit as the Leaf line up on the edge of the box. Gondo plays it short to Maskell, who's blocked by Barlow. Back again to Johnson. Johnson now plays it forward, edge of the box, flicked on. Bulls still having to defend here. Good play on the far side by the Leaf, and it's now lovely return ball bursting in, blocked again, this time by Kerry. It's going to be a corner coming forward there. It is a corner. Well, it's a substitute on the far side, and it is in fact Saunders Henry who's linking up well there with Maskell. It's going to be a corner. The Bulls having to defend here again. There's lots of movement in the box. Bennett goes short. The ball still not yet to be delivered. Goes towards the near post. Should be a heading away. It's Jay Giles with a thumping header. And that's it. It's ended here, goalless. Well, it's been talked up all week. It's been one of those games where these sides are never far apart in terms of goals. There's been 3 1-0s. Today it's followed up by a 0-0 here. It's not been a dull draw, though. It's been anything but. It's been end-to-end. It's been defence all day. The Bulls have held their shape. They've looked to break on the counter. They haven't been able to create too much today. They haven't had the big man, Lorne Bickley, despite Ray Dos Santos working his socks off. Adam Trotter picking up the player of the match for a sterling performance in midfield to shut down Daniel Bennett. But it's a good point for the Bulls, and it will probably be a good point for the Leaf as we go towards the last few games of the season. And both sides will definitely be up there, you'd think, in the playoff hunt. Well, it's finished here at Church Road. It's AFC Whyteleafe 0. It's Jersey Bulls 0. We hope you've enjoyed watching the first half and listening to the second. We'll see you next time.